we had to update. This was blue initially, and we needed to follow the theme that we had going on. So we kind of updated it to midnight blue, but with a lighter sort of shade. And that is, yeah, there we go. So we gave it a 600 kind of depth on the background primary color. So it's kind of lighter than the footer, but they're all the same. And we also updated these to have links. So that's linking to Instagram account and that's linking to TikTok account. I'm not sure about the Facebook account. I just left it as that. It doesn't take you anywhere. It leaves you on the same page. So, and these are going to open in a new tab. Okay. So that's what we did. The last thing I want to do, and we also updated the services to scroll to the sections on the page because I didn't want to build out completely different pages with more details than what we have on the homepage. That we can do, but that will be done at the client's request, not in the MVP. So I had to change, instead of linking out to different pages like /services and /contact, it's kind of linked to the same page, but to a section on the homepage. So for now, rather than receiving messages by email like we did for Brand Elevate, that is a little bit more involving than I want to do right now. And it requires waiting a couple of days, having a Google account, or paying for a mailing server, hooking that mailing server up to your domain or your DNS settings and things like that. So I don't want to do that right now for the MVP, especially something I'm doing for free. But I'm going to build out a database in a backend for visually reading the messages that will be sent to the client in production. They can log into Django admin and they'll be able to see all the messages and tag them as read, you know? So that's what we're currently doing. So I had to do a status check on what we have going on the backend. The application, remember, is Dockerized, okay? So what that is we get our Docker Compose in here. That's for production. We have a Docker Compose in here. I had to comment out Redis. We're not doing any caching just yet, so I commented that out. And the backend is running on port 8000. Working fine. I had to add a prompt to build the messages app. As you can see in here, create a makefile and add these targets. One to app the services, kill the services, build the services, create a super user, start the app, make migrations, migrate and whatnot. This is the Django backend, so that's why we need to do that. All right, so let's proceed. Nice. You run make help, it's gonna echo this. And the one I want to use now, do we have a super user situation going on? Let's see. We need IPython. Okay. Or install IPython. I need to cd into the backend and run the command. Messages conflict to the name of the Python module and cannot be. Did it create it though? Oh yeah, we did. My bad. All right. So this happened in the container. All right, let's get into the container and see what's going on. Backend, can we bash? Yep. So now that's the working directory from the Docker file. If you see this, all right, the working dir is app, okay, and all the files are copied over here. So once you run Docker Compose execute backend, the command to execute is python manage.py start app messages. It's gonna create a messages module in the working directory, but that we have created a link with the host machine and the service using volumes. All right, /app is mapped to backend. So any update you make in the backend is gonna be copied over into the app, Any update you make to the app is copied over to the backend. This is a two-way mapping that we've done. Made an update to the container and that was copied over to my machine. So that's why we have this going on. So these are empty. Yeah. So I'll have to tell it to proceed and do what it needs to do. I'm gonna run make build. I don't want to build everything. Let's see what's buildable. If that's what the backend is gonna build. The front end, I don't want to build a front end. So we'll have to build, let's see the make file for build. Build doesn't have anything. Let's docker compose build the backend. If I come here and refresh, backend is still running successfully. It's building out the models. Ooh, nice. Okay, it's doing too much. Contact message. Okay. Message response, service inquiry. God damn. Exit and make shell. Updated, so we don't need, that's what I was talking about. Once you install IPython, you don't need all that extra fluff. Control find IPython. Get rid of that. Cool. We only need the shell. So let's see, in the models, we have 3 models in here. And in here we have some services that we're calling panel beating, body spraying, up, detailing, birthing, ceramic coating, and other. Status choice, it's new message, it's in progress, we've responded to it, it's been closed. Priorities, you have low, medium, high, and urgent. I guess that is something we are getting from here, but we don't have that. Maybe it'll be a default priority. All right. The default is medium. Cool. First name, last name, email, phone. Phone is a curve field where we're having a regex expression. Phone must be entered in the format of +25 something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up to 15 digits. Cool. Service needed, it will be one of those. Up there, we'll have a subject, a message, and those created at, updated at, responded at. IP address, I don't know if we need that. User agent, not too sure. Admin notes assigned to, kind of feels like we're doing a lot. Some of these blank trees, oh, okay, cool. These are not required. We don't need these. Full name is urgent. Days since it was created. The properties we have on there. Message response, message return responses to contact messages. This we won't use in the meantime. Service inquiry, model for the specific service inquired. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty serious. There's a lot going on. Let's revisit this in a minute.